At this thought, a chill suddenly ran down Li Guanglong's spine. If the mastermind behind everything was truly Margaret, then the situation was far more serious than he'd imagined. After all, Margaret was a staunch royalist who had never involved herself in court politics. Now, all of a sudden, she had made such a bold move, shaking the very foundations of the capital. What exactly was she aiming for? Or rather, had she already picked a side? Did she realize the emperor's days were numbered and was now securing a future for herself ahead of time? The more Li Guanglong thought about it, the more disturbed he felt. Margaret controlled a formidable intelligence network, powerful enough to completely cut off his access to vital information. If she had already moved in secret, then he might have already fallen behind in the battle for succession before it even officially began. "You've always had your sights set on the princes," Eugene Montgomery said calmly, "treating them as your only rivals, suppressing and competing with them. But you've never considered that Princess Margaret has been quietly developing her power all along. And now, she has the ability to shift the balance." To be honest, even Eugene Montgomery hadn't considered Margaret until the purge last night. She had always kept a low profile, never showing ambition, always loyal to the royal family, never forming factions or making enemies. It was as if she were invisible. But last night, this so-called invisible person finally revealed her hand. Only now did he realize that among all the princes, there had always been a brilliant and cunning woman lurking in the shadows. Who would have thought Margaret had such depth of strategy? Li Guanglong frowned. "Uncle, what should we do now? Judging by her actions, she clearly didn't come in peace. Whether she's hostile or not, you still need to make contact," Eugene Montgomery replied flatly. "First, gather information. Then try to understand her goals. After that, find common ground and attempt to win her over. No matter how influential or capable she is, she personally poses no threat to your position. What you should be wary of is whether she might side with another prince. A woman would never inherit the throne, but with her current influence, she could certainly change the dynamics of the succession. That alone made her a force worth treating with caution." "I understand. I'll get on it right away." Li Guanglong nodded, turning to leave without another word. He was known for his decisive style. Once he had a target, he'd stop at nothing to reach it. "Foster father." Just after Li Guanglong left, Mark Montgomery entered the room. He had been eavesdropping outside and had already grasped the gist of the conversation. "What is it?" Eugene Montgomery raised an eyebrow. "You already know what happened in the capital last night. What worries me is, what if Li Guanglong messes things up or makes the wrong move?" Mark Montgomery said seriously. "At such a critical time, one wrong step could cost us everything. I truly don't trust someone like him with such a delicate matter." "Then what brilliant idea do you have?" Eugene Montgomery asked with a faint smile. "Foster father, I just think we shouldn't put all our eggs in one basket," Mark Montgomery said, lowering his voice. "Li Guanglong may have great power, but at the end of the day, he's a brute. Beating Li Yingtang won't be easy. If he fails, we'll all be dragged down with him. To gain great rewards, you must take great risks," Eugene Montgomery replied expressionlessly. "You can't expect to profit from a power struggle without some danger." "I understand that." Mark Montgomery nodded. "It's true that Li Guanglong is easier to control. If he takes the throne, we can pull the strings from behind the scenes and gain more. But the risk is just too high. Relying on a brute is dangerous. If we can, we should prepare an escape route." "What sort of escape route are you suggesting?" Eugene Montgomery asked again. "It's simple. You continue to support Li Guanglong without changing your public stance," Mark Montgomery explained enthusiastically. "But I, on the other hand, will secretly align with Li Yingtang. This way, no matter who ends up winning, we'll have a foot in both camps and won't be left empty-handed." "Sounds reasonable. But how exactly do you plan to gain Li Yingtang's trust?" Eugene Montgomery sipped his tea and said calmly, "You know better than anyone, Li Yingtang is naturally suspicious. You're my foster son, and I publicly support Li Guanglong. What makes you think Li Yingtang would ever trust or use you? Winning Li Yingtang's trust isn't as hard as it seems. I already have a plan, but I'll need your full cooperation." Mark Montgomery smiled. "Oh?" Eugene Montgomery was intrigued. "Let's hear it. What do you need me to do?" "It's simple. We'll put on a show, a bitter falling out. You and I publicly sever ties. That way, we'll completely separate our identities. It won't affect your influence in Li Guanlong's eyes, and I'll have the freedom to switch sides and join Li Yuntang without suspicion. Mark Montgomery explained. Looks like you've had this plan for a while, Eugene Montgomery said meaningfully. If I don't support you now, I'll seem heartless. Foster father, don't get the wrong idea. I have no hidden motives, Mark Montgomery said firmly. You raised me and gave me everything. I've never forgotten that. I only proposed this plan to give you a safety net. If you think it's inappropriate, then just forget I said anything. No need to be nervous. I don't doubt your loyalty. Eugene Montgomery chuckled. Your idea is actually quite good. I do need a backup plan. Let's proceed as you suggested. You handled the details. Upon hearing this, Mark's face lit up with joy. Thank you, foster father.
And just can't accept it. This can't be the end yet. You promised to never leave, and now you're gone. Can't believe I can feel the world slipping away as you slowly fade from my everyday. You promised forever a love without end, but now I'm left broken, struggling to mend. I thought we were so tight, destined for a lifetime, love with no end, love with no end. Staying in my imagination, memorizing the past time, the secrets, the love, the care. Now they're echoes in the air. I still see your face in every place, feel your warmth, your gentle grace. But now there's just an empty space, and I'm lost in this endless chase. Keeping you in my heart, a piece of you I'll never let go. Though distance brings separation, in my